Yo, what's up, yo? This is Killer Priest, and I'm representing right now for Kofi Universe. That universe is the universe you should be in.
YouTube salute. Raekwon the Chef admits Wu-Tang Forever album isn't a classic in his books. Let's talk about it. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit the subscribe button, and click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. Please check out the album review playlist. I have reviews from Styles P and Havoc collab project, Wreckage Manor, and Rick Ross new album, y'all. Richer than I ever been. So check those reviews out when you get a chance. So Raekwon has been, speaking out more. He's always been speaking out, just in general. But he's released his autobiography and he's just talking about a lot of things a lot of people didn't know. But right here, he's saying that Wu-Tang Forever isn't a classic album to him. And this is what he said. I'm 50-50 with it. I feel like it was a masterpiece and I feel like it wasn't. The reason why I felt like it was a masterpiece is because at the time it was something different that we brought to the table as far as the collective of Wu-Tang. What doesn't make it a classic to me is the fact that it wasn't 100% of us involved on the creative side like we were with the first one. Interesting. He also added, let me go back. So when it was a situation, excuse me, wasn't a situation where everybody was putting their input in, automatically it's not a classic to me. No more because it's only half of us talking here. Um, then he also, bring up about so many members were actually, making so much money, getting love from, various cities and countries, and it reached to a point that some of the members weren't showing up to the studio to record. So dudes stopped like coming to practice, like practice ain't shit no more. Making that album was fucking like off and on moments in it as far as how we felt about the production, some of the rhymes and all of that. But it still wound up being a great album. It wasn't a cohesive album where we all feeling like, yo, this shit is a hit. All right, so let's break this down. So when Wu Tang Forever came out, that was June 3rd, 1997. It was number one on the Billboard 200 chart. It went gold in its first week, selling over 612,000 copies, 27 tracks, a double album. Man, majority of the production was held by RZA. You had a couple of tracks produced by Fourth Disciple. Fourth Disciple produced Cash Still Rules, Scary Hours, Older Gods, A Better Tomorrow, Impossible, um, Deadly Melly. Excuse me, no. The City, apologize. And he produced, yeah, that's all he produced. You also had True Masters. He produced Heaters, the MGM. Um, yeah. Then you have Spectre Deck produced one track, which was Visions. So the lion's share of the production comes from RZA. But is this album a classic or not? I can understand where Raekwon is coming from, and like I'm not gonna take nothing from him because he was the main player on the album as far as like one of the co-main players. So when Enter the Wu Tang came out in 1993, remember that album came out of nowhere. Nobody saw that album coming, and you could feel the energy because everybody was hungry. Like, wow, we got to do this. We got to do this. We got to do this. And I know sometimes when a person can get full, it's hard to get up, work out, handle your business, especially when you're on a full stomach. When you're on an empty stomach, is different. The late marvelous Marvin Hagler, may he rise in power, used to say, "You can't you can't be the same type of person if you still sleeping in silk sheets. So if you sleeping in silk sheets in your bed, you're not gonna get up the train. You're not gonna get up to make it happen." And at this time, when Wu Tang Forever was being recorded at the beginning of 1997, they recorded that album in Los Angeles at the Wu Mansion. RZA had to get everybody together because everybody was moving around. So he had to get everybody together to get into the studio to knock everything down. Was it still hard to knock the album down? Yeah, because everybody's moving around. Method Man, he's like the face of Wu-Tang. When you think of Wu-Tang at that time, you think of Method Man. The second member you think of would be ODB and RZA, because RZA's the producer. Yes, people knew about Raekwon, but he wasn't platinum yet with Only Built for Cuban Links. He still was gold. Jizza was still gold with Liquid Swords. Ghostface Killer just dropped Iron Man at the end of 1996 in October. So people knew who Ghostface was. So a lot of people knew about Deck, You Got a Master Killer, but not the mainstream audience. They didn't know about them. But the real Wu-Tang members did know. No. Capadonna was on the scene. He was featured on Iron Man. You know, he made his debut, of course, on Ice Water and Ice Cream, but as his real debut to the world, to the rap scene was on Winter Wars. So at this time, it's like you got Wu-Tang Forever. I think to me, it's a classic to me. I mean, it's different. The production sound is different because remember when Enter the Wu was recorded, it was real dirty and grimy, and it had that gutter sound, like it was a different type of studio. RZA, after the flood, production sound is better. You can even tell from Only Built from Cuban Links and Liquid Swords, and listen to Iron Man. Listen to the quality of production. So the production right here is totally different. Yes, it's a lot of melody as far as on a Triton, the keyboard sound, the bass, yes, but at the same time though, RZA wanted to experience something different. Do I agree with him? I'm not gonna say yes or no because I feel like Raekwon felt that they trusted RZA. This is say, hey man, you gonna tweak that beat right? Yeah, I got it. Y'all just get out the studio, y'all record it. And I guess he probably felt this is the way it was supposed to go. And I think that's why there's still some somewhat animosity towards RZA from Wu-Tang Clan because I felt that his heart was in it, but his mind was somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying? Like he wanted the album to come out because yeah, we got to do this, and it was like 3.5 years since they dropped something till the album came out. But at the same time, RZA mind was already thinking about Bobby Digital going a different route. He was already thinking about being a director and working with this and getting Killer Army, Wu Syndicate, and Sons of Man. Like his mind is in somewhere else. So Raekwon is like, yo, I'm still trying to give the people some food. I'm trying to cook some good shit up because we've been dropping classic albums. We've been dropping, you know, 36 Chambers, Return to 36 Chambers, 36 Chambers to Cal's not a classic to me. But Only Built for Cuban Links classic. Luchasaurus classic. Iron Man classic. People want the classic. But when you get Wu-Tang Forever, we always, to me, Wu-Tang Forever, no matter what was going to happen, was never going to out top 36 Chambers. That's like you getting some vagina for the first time as far as a male. No matter how many times you have sex after your first time, it's never going to be the same feeling. It's never going to be the same feeling because the first time you get it is more like, oh my God, that was so good. But I understand where Ray is coming from. You do got some classic tracks on here. Come on. You got the Triumph track. You can't not deny Triumph, man, when it comes to that. That track is what? 5 minutes and 38 seconds with no chorus. You got Reunited. RZA killed that beat right there. For heaven's sakes. Severe Punishment. It's Yours. Little Ghetto Boys. Impossible. Bells of War. But I think what about this album that a lot of people are kind of frustrated about is because you really didn't hear ODB on the album. ODB was in his own world. Like you heard ODB on Reunited, As High as Wu-Tang Get, Maria. He only did the intro and the intermission on Triumph. You know, he did dog shit, but he really wasn't on nothing really. ODB was all over the place. You still had the main players on this album. You saw Method Man, his lyrical arsenal went to another level. Inspector Deck, he stole the show when it came to the lyrical prowess. Ray did his thing as usual. Ghostface did his thing as usual. Jizza, you know he gonna keep the mind scratching. You got made an impression on a lot of people. Master Killer, he got more time than 36 Chambers, so he was able to jump on this album. But I understand at the end of the day, you still wanted more, 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 more. As far as Ray, I'm speaking only for Ray. I could be wrong, but I still believe it's a classic to me. It's a dope ass album. Even if it's not a classic, still is a dope album. Should it have been a double CD? Maybe not. Maybe one CD, like 15, 16 tracks. We could have just had that and cut some of these tracks down. Could have Wu-Tang taking their time to a certain degree? Maybe RZA was trying to meet the deadline from Loud Records. You know, Steve Rickon is breathing down his back, so maybe RZA just wanted to hurt him get that out. But at the same time, this was the most anticipated hip hop album coming out in 1997. Yes, Biggie Smalls dropped Life After Death. Yes, The Art of War by Bone came out, but I'm talking about nothing was going to anticipate the Wu-Tang second album because everything they did with 36 Chambers. You got to Cal, Return of the 36 Chambers, Only Built for Cuban Links, Liquid Swords, Iron Man. Inspector Deck was supposed to release his album, but that got killed through the flood. It got lost, whatever. It got damaged. You had singles being dropped. Woo Wear. You had Inspector Deck, Semi-Automatic Full Rap Fanatic with You God and Street Life. You had singles still being dropped. So everybody like, damn, I know Wu-Tang about to bring it. I know they about to bring it. Lyrically, Wu-Tang Forever is better than 36 Chambers. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but it is. They stepped their game up. Even RZA said on Bells of War, y'all not gonna understand this album to the year 2000. And you can bump Wu-Tang Forever right now. You can play this shit right now, y'all. No lie. In 2021, 2022. Man, that shit sound better than majority of these albums that came out in 2000. It does, by far. So I think the album was ahead of its time. And it's hard for people to see that. Teaches on any album after Wu-Tang Forever from the Wu-Tang group. Like, the W wasn't all that to me. That was a mediocre album. And everybody knew that because they got some bad reviews from the not just from magazines, but from the public. That's why they heard and came out with Iron Flag. Iron Flag made up for the W. 8 Diagrams, I didn't really care for that. But I did like the album they came out with in 2014. That album was actually dope. And the album produced by Fourth Disciple that came out in 2017. That was a nice album right there too. They had like Redman featured on majority of the album. But I just want to hear from the people, the subs, the non-subs. Do you think Wu-Tang Forever is a classic album? Do you think Wu-Tang Forever isn't a classic album? Y'all share your thoughts. Post your comments below. Hulk smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you want to support and donate to the channel, I have Patreon. Patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs. Everything's in the description. Until next time, salute. If you're looking for me to react to any song freestyle video, that's $20 per reaction. For sponsorships, that's $50 minimum. Also, Hulk smash Black Panther the like button, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. Also, if you want to become a Patreon member, patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, everything's in the description, y'all. Salute.